Hello, everyone. Welcome, everybody. I see some folks in the chat already, which is amazing.
Whoop, whoop,
I
whoop.
see. I see a Chris. I see a Hopi. Hi, Hopi. I see a Paul. He's in here. Saying, "Come get some pork chip."
How dare you?
What are you guys talking about? Some kind of superb owl in there?
This is Super Bowl.
And Chris is saying, "Do you ever think that the music kind of sounds like the guy who made the Scorched Earth album?" Yeah,
Mm.
he mysteriously disappeared 18 years ago, though.
Yeah.
The album released itself.
Yes. I now own all of it.
But yes, welcome to episode 10 of the Gaming Up North podcast. This time we're talking Duke Nukem, all things Duke Nukem that we can remember and that we've seen in our lives up to this point. I am joined, as always, by my lugubrious co-host, Mr. Adam Ashbridge. Hello, how are you doing, sir?
I am good, thank you, sir.
Very robotic, I like it. We've already got some people quoting the man of the hour. Let me see if I can do something with Chris's comment there. There. I came here to chew ass and kick bubblegum. And I'm all out of ass. It's just, I have that button now. All thanks to Adam, because if you didn't make the track, I wouldn't be able to do dumb stuff like that.
Sharing is caring, man.
Which some people would say is a good thing, but nay, say I.
Nay, say I.
But yeah, okay. Let's just friggin' get into this then. Duke Nukem is a video game character that isn't really well known at the moment, I would say, with like modern gamers.
Yeah.
Like Fortnite children aren't gonna know Duke. Minecraft babies aren't gonna know. Yeah. They won't know the Duke. I don't think there's any Duke Nukem Roblox levels.
No, probably not. No.
Adam, you're our Roblox correspondent through the eyes of a child.
he hasn't came across any yet, so
No strip clubs full of black people.
I imagine just like Ruben gets addicted in virtual strip clubs.
Father, I have come to get some. No. But yeah, when we were kids, this fucking guy, this giant asshole with sunglasses and a bleach blonde flat top, was pretty much like one of the like, you know, if you had a Mount Rushmore of video game characters, like at the time, for like a brief period in the mid-90s, Duke Nukem was up there, you know, with your Marios and your Tomb Raiders and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it's weird. It's got a very weird history, which we'll get into.
Yeah.
Sorry, Adam. Yeah.
He was sort of like an alternate universe Johnny Bravo, wasn't he?
Yeah, like but like Johnny Bravo, you could argue was like charming.
Yeah,
even at the time.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, so like Johnny Bravo was still like, he was a bit of a dick, but he was still like nice. Like,
Yeah.
Jimmy Newcomb's like, yeah.
Yeah. Duke gives people the ick. I would, if I wanted to use modern parlance. Someone's saying we need Adam with Duke Nukem hairstyle and tank top, red tank top.
It's only because I want to see he's in the tank top. That's what it is.
You can say that in the Duke voice if you want. Hang on a sec.
We'll say what?
It's only because they want to see me in the... Yeah, do it.
It's only because you want to see me in the tank top. But I ain't doing it.
Oh. Adam's got the serious Duke. I think he probably could cosplay, but he's always showed us clean shaven, so that would be a weird thing to happen.
No.
Big cigar, though. You could have a big vape cigar, like Big Boss. Oh, real quick, what flavor do you think Duke Nukem would vape?
What flavor would he vape?
Yeah.
Bleached arsehole.
I can't go to sleep without my vape that is flavored bleached asshole.
Oh God.
I've definitely seen this meme on TikTok that I'm stealing and doing live, which is interesting. But I think they're using like an AI voice.
Nah, yeah, we're doing it. We're doing it all live.
Yeah, working out the kinks. I do just find it hilarious that Duke Nukem, he just has this iconic voice that is so stupid, but they were taking it like 100% seriously back in the day.
Yeah.
Where you can be like, I just pooped my pants and I didn't bring a spare.
I feel like this now, with having that button, it's going to be like, it's just going to get played at random and you're going to have to think of a line off the top of your head.
That's kind of like, that is kind of what I'm doing. But also I was walking around the house annoying Zeus by doing the voice. He puts up with a lot.
I'll bet.
Especially random songs that are about him as well. Improvised songs.
Zeusy boy.
But yeah, so the I don't really know when the first time I saw or heard of Duke Nukem was, but I had the video game Duke Nukem 3D for the N64, and that was where I played it. So you had that version too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one came out first? Was it the PlayStation version or the N64 version? It'll be the PlayStation, won't it?
Probably, because I reckon the PlayStation one would have been like a straight port from the PC, but N64 was highly edited, like to take out some of the naughty stuff. So, and some of the weapons, which I guess was probably like a memory constraint. But yeah, like I assume that probably took a little time for them to like sand off the edges. I mean, it was still like plenty violent and stuff. You still like blew guys up, and there was pictures of ladies or gifs of ladies. Like, the world of Duke Nukem is hilarious if you take it all like, if you use no imagination and take it fully seriously. Duke's like this guy who runs around killing aliens, looking at like gifs of women in bikinis. Like, that's the height of entertainment.
Cool gifs.
Yeah. He goes to the cinema to look at a giant gif of a lady.
He's like, I'm not finished.
All my gifs of ladies have only 3 frames. And that's just the way I like it. Oh man, I do love this button though. It's probably going to stay with me for a while. I love that you can do this with the Stream Deck. Best present I ever got.
I may have to invest in one.
But yeah, so what I knew sort of around the day, because did you ever have those like weird, I've thrown them under the bus, those weird friends who were like PC computer gamers as a kid?
Yes. But it was like my brother's friend.
Yeah, okay.
But he was cool. I like.
I know. But like, I just feel like their world was so weird. Whether we're like, I'm playing the Duke Nukem side scroller in Civilization 2, and you're like, what's all this crap? Is this like Command and Conquer Red Alert, the PlayStation game? And they're like on like the 6th Command and Conquer by then.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like there was an actual weird side scroller version of Duke Nukem that is very like, I wouldn't say like child friendly because you are like shooting stuff, but it kind of looks like a cartoon. Hello, Imagine Wizard, welcome in the chat. But yeah, so there's like this version of Duke Nukem that's like a very much like, this is the kind of games you did at the time. Kind of looks like Contra, but more like cartoony. And there's 2 of those. So like Duke Nukem is actually like the 3rd of a trilogy technically.
Yeah, weird.
Although it doesn't have much to do with it. Like they used it as like a hard reboot sort of thing.
Yeah.
They even changed the name of the company.
Reboot.
Yeah, like that was when 3D Realms like came about,
Yeah.
was when this got made, and they just went like all in.
So who was the company beforehand for PC? Do you remember that? Or
Apogee Software or whatever. Who I don't know other than like the old Duke games. They seem to be just a bit like a publisher. Like they did some work with id around Doom.
Yeah.
But I think id took Doom when it was like done, and they were like, no, we're putting this out, and that set the world on fire. So Duke Nukem's actually, it's like a response to Doom. It's basically a Doom ripoff.
Yeah.
If we're being honest, and that's what the creators have since said.
Yeah, and I mean it looks very similar as well.
Yeah, so basically they basically said like, let's go, we're gonna do what Doom does, like we're gonna copy it basically, and then over time we'll put our own like stamp on it. And what their stamp ended up being was the voice, which is very iconic. Like the main character was actually talking, which the Doom guy just had his little grunts and stuff.
Yeah.
And like this weird noise when he got crushed and that.
He didn't need to speak.
Still to this day, I don't know if he has spoke apart from in comic books and novels.
Yeah.
Novelizations, knee deep in the dead and all that stuff. But
So do you know when the first release was?
I don't. Have you looked it up though?
I have. July the 1st, 1991.
That's sick.
Yeah.
But I don't think we got like. I wasn't obviously playing games as a 3-year-old, so I probably didn't.
No, I was 4.
I probably didn't play this until like the mid.
Well, I wasn't even 4 yet. Yeah.
And we shouldn't have been playing this kind of thing around that time.
I watched RoboCop pretty early, man.
Yeah, and Terminator.
Yeah.
And then played the game RoboCop versus Terminator.
That was so good.
I don't know if it was,
It was.
The idea was good. In our imaginations, it probably felt good. Oh, Chris was 11 months old. Well, that's okay because you're not Duke Nukem's reincarnation or anything.
Yeah, he's not tall enough. Sorry, man.
Although 11 months after Duke Nukem came out. Always bet on the Duke.
Yeah. And then, latest release was Duke Nukem 3D 20th Anniversary World Tour in 2016.
Yeah. So that should tell you something about how the series has progressed, which we'll get into. But yeah, so this game is basically a Doom ripoff, and apparently they came into the idea of like the Duke voice quite late on in the development. But it was like a masterstroke. Like let's be honest. If this game was just like an alien shooter with no talking, I think the only thing that would have like set people's imaginations going would have been like the weird weapons, because he had like weird shit like shrink rays and stuff, or embiggening rays that could blow up the enemy until they exploded. The first inflation fetishes were born in Duke Nukem.
Do you know how I was asking about which came first, the N64 or the PlayStation?
Yeah.
They came at the same time.
No way. What a day for that.
97.
Okay, that would have been when I was playing stuff around 98.
Yeah.
99. Because there was no way I paid full price for this game.
No.
I only had the cartridge.
I had it for the PlayStation before I had it for the N64.
Oh, okay. So then you probably, at the time, noticed the weird differences that they'd done. The parts of the levels that chopped out and stuff like that.
Yeah. I preferred the gameplay on the N64, but I preferred everything else on the PlayStation.
Yeah. So like, this game comes out the gate strong, because it's basically this level that's behind us. You basically drop off behind where our camera is and land here, right where we've got the screenshot.
Right.
Yeah, and it immediately starts with, I guess, your spaceship exploding. And then Duke's like, damn, those alien bastards are going to pay for shooting up my ride. And then it's just friggin' all go after that.
Yeah.
You blow up you blow up a barrel and then drop down a weird vent, and then you're here, ready to go shoot aliens in the cinema. But another thing that was really good about this game was how interactive things were. Like you could click on a lot of stuff, which back in the day was like, whoa, I can click on the light switches.
And you do it over and over again just to like get the most out of it.
Oh yeah. Or like how you could open up all of the toilet doors, which we also talked about in GoldenEye. It was obviously a very formative experience. I want to rake around the bathroom. But but in Duke Nukem, you could do stupid stuff like kick the toilet off the hinges, and then it would spray water, and you could drink the water if you needed to get your health back.
Yeah, pork chimp toilet water.
Can you just imagine him just like it, just like crawling around like, oh, my health's down. I guess we have to do it. I'm gonna drink out of the toilet like I do every day. But like, it's an interesting one though, because like Duke as a character had his own agency, yet you can make him do like the stupidest thing, like I say, like shoot a fire hydrant and drink the water that comes out, which is a totally not normal activity.
How else do you get your daily nutrients?
Also, you could like pee in the urinals as well, but like only once a level.
Well, dirty bastard.
That's better.
I drink my own pee for sustenance.
Oh, you've got to ask for the cue.
I drink my own pee for sustenance. Damn.
Baby's thirsty. Yeah, but so what these games did used to have though was before they went off the rails, they did used to have some like decent little satire and stuff for like kids, for like teens. Because I'm guessing these like game developers were probably only like in their like late teens and stuff when they started making this like silly stuff. But there was like, like the pig cops, and it's like, I see what you did there. And they've got like Lard as the little LARD was the little moniker. I don't know what it stands for. It might be like Los Angeles something.
I'm gonna find out.
I'm just gonna Google pig cops real quick. But I really did like how back in the day it was like an interest. It was kind of like in GoldenEye, now that I think about it, where the enemies had like some reaction. Sometimes it was mainly just those normal generic. Oh, Chris says it's the Los Angeles Randy department. That's a forever joke. But yeah, like the enemies had things where like if you shot them, they would sometimes be like, "You've shot my neck," and then choke out, like bleed out for a while, and it was like, this is a bit weird, but okay. And then you would go and kick them or something. But yeah, this cinema behind me on the video version of the podcast is where like the interactivity like went off the charts. Like there was a little arcade in here where you could like mess about on the pinball machines. And of course, Duke would do is like, I don't have time to play with myself, like classic cheeky one-liners. How's this pig cop research going?
It's not going great. I can't seem to find anything.
Okay, it's a mystery. It's for us to put together.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, Lord's a good word, isn't it?
We've been known to invoke the spirit of Lord now and then for a punchline or a song. Again, secret stuff nobody's found yet, but anyway, that's a good segue actually, because there was lots of secrets in this game.
Yes, it was.
I'll give you a little game walkthrough. If you face where we're facing, face the cinema, turn right, jump up on the wall, and keep going. There's a little nook where a rocket launcher will come out, and that's a good tip for the first level. But But yeah, Adam's gone ACAB on us, and he's googling some. He's gonna start writing on walls.
They're in the wall. No,
But
I've gave up now.
it's all
But
right.
we'll just say it's Lord.
Yeah, but like, do you like what do you sort of remember most about like playing this game? I know like none of us will remember like the first time, but
Um,
I definitely liked messing about with the weapons. Was like what drew me in because I think I had cheats and stuff, so I just had
yeah,
infinite ammo for everything.
yeah. It was just basically remembering messing about with the weapons and trying to find like secret things. Because when you first find that first thing, that like you're like, oh, I wonder if anyone knows about this. You just constantly search. Even back then, I was like obsessed with like searching around all the little nooks and crannies and that, and getting very disappointed when there wasn't one where I've like looked really hard for. You know, it's like,
Yeah,
just
because it was literally like things could be anywhere. Like you could flip a light switch and like a door could open like behind you, and it's like oh, or you could
yeah,
just click on a part of the wall and it could open.
yeah.
And it had that Doom thing where if you like pressed the walls, it was like, "Urgh." Which we always obviously it sounded like he was humping the wall. Let's be
Yeah,
fair.
yep,
And that was the
he
joke
did.
we made as little kids.
It was.
God,
But
yeah,
yeah,
it's like obviously like with 2024 eyes, Duke Nukem is like awful,
yeah,
but this is like almost like laser targeted to get in a young boy's mind and be like, this is the coolest shit ever. Like how
mm,
early South Park was and WWF at the time.
yeah,
Like everyone was just going for that kind of like 90s like shock, gross out bit of sex to get everyone hyped up. And this was just like
mm,
this might as well be like a time capsule to like the Attitude Era.
yeah, yeah. It's like just out there for the sake of it,
Yeah.
sort of. Yeah,
But
which
like
we loved back then. To be fair, like it was cool.
yeah, that it's just one of those parts of growing up, isn't it? Like you've got to like think that you're pushing boundaries, but then when you look back, you're like this Duke guy is just making like toilet jokes and like
Yeah,
and clearly nobody likes it. Like there's no other humans in the world. It's like clearly this guy is like not well liked. Like
yeah,
nobody ever talks to
yeah.
him.
He's just by himself, like going around pissing and
Yeah, he's like one
kicking
of those.
toilets.
He's like one of those doomsday prepper guys, pretty
Ah,
much. Like, damn, the aliens are definitely gonna come. Now that Biden's in the White House.
too early joke, too early.
uh, but yeah, like it's just one of those things where like you definitely wouldn't you wouldn't want to hang around with this guy like in real life.
Yeah,
Like
definitely
there are
not.
some video game characters that would be okay to hang around with, maybe until their horribly bad luck caught up with them. Like I
I
was
don't
just
know why.
trying
When you're gonna, I thought you were gonna say horribly deformed.
to. Well, that would be Leon Kennedy, who might be okay to hang out with unless he's got the tyrant virus inside of him.
Yeah, yeah. Oh
um,
God.
or like like that's what I was thinking. I was like, who are some good like video game like male role models? Like, there's not many, but like I don't know, maybe Nathan Drake would be okay to hang around with until the building fell down around you and you had to
Chris
escape.
Chris Redfield.
He would look after you, like for
Yeah,
sure.
with his massive guns, like.
Yeah, he could punch anything in your way.
Yeah, he was cool. Who else? Um,
Shepherd, male Shepherd would possibly
uh,
be okay, but you would probably get in a laser fight with aliens, a lot like Duke.
yeah, and if he was on his renegade arc, you might get a slap. Like,
Yeah.
uh, um, trying to think. I mean, even stuff like Ezio and stuff, you might get stabbed. You know, like
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's
So
like
you're not really
well,
safe.
Chris is saying Mario, and I feel like yes and no because there could always be like a kaiju attack, like a Bowser attack at any moment. I don't know if anyone's safe to hang around with.
No, no. Yeah,
The
maybe
Animal Crossing
Batman.
characters, I'm sure they'd be fine.
No, I bet you there's some dodgy stuff goes on behind their doors.
That's what the
No, 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 no.
That's when they're yeah, that's when the doors shut. You know, there's that eight
Yeah.
hour period where you're not allowed to knock on them for them.
Aye, there's just loads of slaps.
Hush, hush, wish, wish.
Aye. Midnight Creeper.
Oh, Chris thinks Dr. Mario would be okay. He might be,
Mm.
but he might try
But
and throw pills in your mouth.
and he also might give you a unwarranted prostate exam.
Good album title. But yeah, like I guess although it is said in Dr. Mario law that those are mega vitamins, so he's only
Oh
trying
yeah,
to.
that's what Big Pharma wants you.
They do look pretty big, those pills as well,
I
like
know.
twice the size of his hand.
What kaiju tablets?
It's a suppository.
It's a suppository.
And you know you'll just pee out the extra vitamins. That's how it works, right? If you have too many, they just get jettisoned from your body.
Yes.
Damn, my pee smells like vitamin E.
My pee smells like strawberry calpol.
um, but yeah, so like Duke is
My face hurts already.
well, that's a good thing. It means we're
Yeah.
having fun. But yeah, like so Duke's kind of like arc is weird because the game sticks around in like the human world for quite a bit, but
Mhm.
it's not very long before you're like riding a rocket into space. I think like do you go to Alcatraz? Is that where you break out from? It's like you do get imprisoned at a certain point and have to break out.
Yeah.
So I think like this level, or in the real Duke Nukem, this level leads into a strip club. I think at the end,
Mm,
or maybe like that's the second level or whatever.
like
But
a-
in the
like a
N64
treat for 'em,
version,
a treat for 'em.
I guess so, because you could give them singles.
Yeah.
You'd be like, shake it, baby. Ah, 6 frames is too many.
Yeah. He comes across as the type who would print his own money just for this
Yeah,
purpose.
with him, yeah. So it's like counterfeit. So he's like
Yeah.
ripping off
Duke
the.
dollars.
That's probably in one of the games.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, like in the N64 version, they just like cut out the strip club mostly, and just put like because they had these like girls that were like trapped in like alien goo, you know, like as in ripped off straight from the movie Aliens, like embedded
Yeah.
in like cocoon things.
Mhm.
And I think they just put some of those there, and then had everyone because it's like a trap, and like it makes much more sense when you play like the PC version, because like he walks into a strip club and then the aliens like transport in, and it's like
Mhm.
that makes sense. It's a trap, you know, like, and that's when you get took to
Yeah.
prison. But then
Yeah.
64 one, you just go to this room that's like a warehouse looking thing
Mhm.
with some girls, and then the aliens come in, and then like you walk around some corridors and stuff, and then you like hit the end of the level, and some like a cage comes down on you, and it's like, "Roar, we've captured you now, Duke." Like a stupid voice comes over. And then yeah, you're in your prison arc. But like as we said, this like heavily rips off Doom. It also heavily rips off loads of other video games and movies and pretty much anything they could get their hands on.
Yeah.
Like we've said some of these lines, and forgive me if I'm wrong, but like they're from They Live, aren't they? Like the Rowdy Roddy Piper movie. Like the bubblegum line is like just
I
that.
believe so. Yeah.
So it's like they're doing direct quotes even without like referencing the movie. Because
Yeah.
like I feel like nowadays you'd have to be like, just like They Live, you know, like at the end or something like that.
Yeah. So
Or
nobody
like,
whinges about it. Yeah.
yeah, it would be a bit more like how Deadpool does it, and it's like,
Mm.
you get it, the reference.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, Duke Nukem's a lot like Deadpool. Maybe comedy hasn't progressed that
Yeah,
much.
yeah, maybe not. I was also thinking because I started laughing when you were talking, like just to myself, because I had a funny thought,
Yeah.
and it's just like I'll imagine that Duke Nukem walks around with a pocket full of meat.
Yeah, and steroids
And
if the game has
yeah, just
anything to
like
go by.
pills and meat, just like pocket ham.
Yeah. I've injected the meat with steroids. It made my pee pee small.
And Lee said, "And gravy filled pants." Yeah, maybe. Maybe him and Benjamin are on the same like gravy boat.
Oh, hi-oh.
There wasn't enough meat.
That's why you fill it with steroids, so then it makes up for the lack of meat.
Okay, that makes sense. But yeah, maybe like when like old 90s shooter guys get like atomic health and stuff like that. Maybe
Yeah.
that's gravy pants.
Or right, he's got the pocket full of steroid meat. He like
Yeah.
drops a little bit, and that's why Pork Chimp never attacks him.
Oh, okay.
He's
Yeah.
always behind.
Where the camera's not looking.
Yeah.
He's always in them peripherans.
Nice, some salty steroid meat. Pork Chimp
Yeah,
loves it.
because this when I was a kid, like when I played this game, it actually taught me the word acupuncture. Because when you pick up the steroids, sometimes he's like better than acupuncture, and I'm like, what is that? And then I
What
learned,
is-
and then I basically managed to put together that it was like he was shooting up with steroids. Which I think it was just like giant pill boxes in the N64 version, and they didn't have that line anymore.
We've taken some of the steroid meat, Lee. That's what happened.
Oh, you saying I'm sure people just randomly tune in must think, what have these guys taken?
Well, watch from the beginning and you won't get the surprise.
It's the atomic health is in my vape. Damn, that's smooth. But yeah, like so yeah, this game it has aliens. For some reason, aliens are attacking the Earth. Duke's the only one fighting back that we ever see. There's no other human characters. But I guess back then in shooters, they didn't really have other characters that weren't the Doom guy and everyone he wants to kill, or the Wolfenstein guy and all the Nazis he wants to kill.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, did you like play a lot of these games? Because to me, this was like the only one I ever played, like 90s shooter wise. Like I never bought Doom because in my head I was like, it kind of looks the same as Duke Nukem. Like I don't think I need two of those games.
I played Doom first.
Yeah. So you
Doom was-
directly saw what it was ripping off.
Yeah, it was like because Doom was 1993.
Yeah.
So I didn't play obviously the first Duke Nukem, obviously the
Oh
the
yeah.
PC one. So it was only like the 3D one. But yeah, I played Doom before that. It was like once again one of my brother's mates had the game,
Yeah.
and I played that way too early. Like
Must kill
way
the
too
cyber
young.
demons in my mind.
Yeah, and that's where my love for shotguns in gaming came from.
Yeah, this was like the golden era for shotguns that weren't weren't exactly close range weapons back at this point.
Yeah, you could do like damage across like the room with it, couldn't you?
And you usually had auto aim, so you wouldn't really miss, which felt good.
Yeah, but I remember like playing Doom first and being like proper stressed out because it was just constant like hordes just running at you and
I
stuff.
feel like there is a lot more enemies, in Doom. Probably because there's less. Probably because there's less emphasis on like exploring weird bits and being like, I'm gonna knock the pool balls around and stuff.
Yeah, it was more just like getting to the action. But then when I played Duke Nukem, I was like, oh, this is like way more chill than Doom.
Yeah.
So yes, it's like directly ripping it off, but it's like better. I mean, better story wise. I mean, it's not really a story, is it? But like,
No, not so much. But no, it did have like little interesting things you could find, because like in
Yeah.
Doom, a lot of it was just kind of like weird alien architecture, but like this was like,
Mm.
oh, I'm going in the magazine shop and there's a peep show in the back with some more gifts, with some more lady gifts.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, and I've caught the alien guy in the peep show, so now he has to
Mm.
die.
Yeah, that's my woman.
My gifts. Quit looking
A
at him.
glorious gift. He paid for all those gifts with his, as Chris coined it, jukebox.
Oh yeah, yeah. But like, I do remember there's that part after the peep show where you get to like blow up a building, which was pretty
Yeah.
cool back in the day. You get to like find the keys and then click the detonation button and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
See,
then,
it's
like,
funny, like
It just like flows into the ground though, doesn't it? It's just like it's like just the model falling into the ground.
yeah. It's funny now that you mention these things. Like, it's like I can see it in my
Mhm.
mind now.
Yeah,
Like-
because it had those big red buttons on everything, didn't it?
Yeah.
Where you were like,
Aye. Bam. That means you know there's explosives involved.
true. There was like pipe bombs and stuff, which were kind of.
Pipe bomb. Pipe bomb.
It really was. And you got his little detonator out, so you could actually.
Yeah.
Because yeah, like back at this time, like I probably already played, or GoldenEye had sort of was also coming out.
Yeah.
But, like,
GoldenEye
remote-
was also 97, wasn't it?
Yeah, but like remote explosives seemed like a crazy thing, because most of the times in games when you would like throw something out on the level, it would just disappear. Like,
Yeah.
you know, Mario's fireballs just fly off the screen. Like,
Yeah.
but this was like, oh, well, I can leave like something here, and then like later on, like an enemy might trigger it, and that's like,
yeah.
it was just like at the time super interesting. Like obviously by today's standards, that's like normal like things that happen. But like Duke Nukem had laser tripwires where you could like
Yeah.
put it on the wall and it would shoot a laser out and just blow up anyone who ran into it, including you, because that was in some of the levels.
You can imagine
But-
how that went down. Like,
Yeah, but like this game was just kind of like one of those like we've talked about it before, where there's some games that let you like play, like we would call them like sandbox sort of stuff now, but these were like letting us just poke around levels and like see, like it was giving us a reason to pay attention to the level design, and like enemy placement, and sort of like thinking more, because like you were saying, Doom like just has like enemy spawn points, like where they'll just endlessly come out of a door, or you know, not endless until you kill enough of them. But this had like enemies in places, and like we've said, like, oh, this guy's on the toilet, and like yeah, that's a funny joke, but it's also quite interesting because it's like he doesn't attack you until you open the toilet door and stuff like that. Whereas the guys on GoldenEye were sort of just standing like bolt upright in the toilet, like not moving. Whereas I'm sure like they had a little sprite for this guy sitting there, but obviously you just immediately blast him and then he has a bad time.
yeah, I mean, dying on the toilet.
I mean, would it be that bad though? It's like a comfort place.
I mean, it saves you from getting the feeling of extreme toilet legs.
Yeah. And it helps with the cleanup afterwards.
Because you don't have to do it.
Flush.
Flush it all.
So like after 3D though, like do you remember like playing any more Duke Nukem sequels?
Nope.
Because it did get farmed off.
Duke Nukem Forever.
Did you actually get that for like the 360?
I didn't,
No.
but I'm sure I rented it for some reason. Like
I
from
think there was a
Blockbuster.
demo as well.
I'm pretty sure I rented it.
Okay.
But it was awful. Like it was absolutely.
We will get to like the tall tale of Duke Nukem Forever in a bit, because I just want to talk about like they had these PlayStation games that instead of it being a Doom ripoff, there were Tomb Raider ripoffs.
Right.
So like we're talking like third person Duke, and it was very much like tank controls, like turn 'em. It had like all the same like fun weapons and stuff, like the
Yeah.
weird ones. But it was like Duke Nukem Time to Kill, which was kind of like a reimagining of like this story. Like it started off in the
Yeah.
city with the strip club and everything.
Of course.
And then that was kind of bad, mostly for the controls. And like shooters back then were hard, like on the PlayStation. Like you would just die a lot.
Yeah, true.
Oh yeah, I'm sure Duke has some nice toxic like difficulty settings, you know, where it was like it'd be like baby mode, then like come get some. Like
yeah, and finger up the arse mode and all that.
that's the top level. But I did find a piece of gaming memorabilia in my box of things that I've been hanging on to for way too long.
Right.
That sometimes come in handy when you make videos. Okay. And I managed to find the manual for the second PlayStation game, which was Duke Nukem Land of the Babes, which is a very progressive idea for a game.
The fact that you've still got like the manual, like,
I don't have the disc. But you know what PlayStation boxes were like? They just like smashed, like disintegrated.
Really brittle. It was horrible.
Yeah, we didn't have the good cases like Americans had. We had like these big fat like CD cases.
Yeah, it was just like a really fat version of a normal CD case, wasn't it?
Yeah. So, but very easy to smash the corners off.
No structural integrity to it.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna have to read some of this stuff out. So the tagline apparently is "The man, the mission, the babes." It has this nice lady with a space gun, latex jacket, like duster trench coat, and a bikini. Yeah. It's what people wear in the future. So this is one of those fun little instruction booklets that has like in-game, like sort of in-universe jokes for like all the sections and stuff.
Right.
So like, you know, it's like got the getting started bit, and it's like shoot almost anything that moves is like the part before it's like turn on the PlayStation and gives you the controls. It's got aiming.
So is it telling you to do that before you turn the console on?
Sort of.
Maybe that's why like America's fucked up. Like
that's telling you about the dual shock analog stick. But yeah, so it's got sections for like aiming, climbing, because like I say, it was Tomb Raider clone, so you actually had to do like the jumping, climbing stuff. And of course, like, you know, we'll just name it aiming, climbing, grabbing on. The next section, just water sports, underlined, bold. There are times when Duke needs to hit the drink. To swim on the surface of the water, just use the directional button to dive down. So that's them describing the swimming mechanics.
Right, okay.
Okay, so we've got the story. But get comfortable for the
story time.
The scintillating Land of the Babes one-page.
I think you should press the button before you.
The Land of the Babes. The inescapable distant future. An insidious alien race marauds Earth like a mudslide crashing over an anthill. The decimation leaves little hope in its smoldering wake. Earth becomes a marble in an alien game of galactic conquest. All appears lost, but the wounds still deepen. Oh, here we go. This is the 16-year-old fan fiction part.
Oh god.
The aliens ruthlessly kill the males and enslave all the women. This way, there can be little resistance to the aliens' incredulous plans to hybridize with their own alien kind, create a new, more worthy race to control Earth. Enter the apes.
Pork chimp?
With womankind under their control, the aliens retreat to their newly constructed spaceport, the Den of Sin, or the DOS, that they're going to now refer to it as. The DOS rapidly becomes a pleasure palace filled with slave women and mature entertainment. I'm sure it's very mature. The station becomes a central trading hub for one of the most hotly traded commodities in the universe, the human babe. To maintain control over the withered Earth, the aliens create armies of simian hybrids to do their dirty work.
This is where Pork Chimp came from.
The apes are in charge of everything from slave augmentation centers to ravaging the Earth's few remaining resources. A few will always rise. Some enslaved women escape, hiding among the ruins. As more escape, they join together for protection. They're forced to teach themselves how to survive in this new harsh world, which means adopting military-type organization. As their forces grow stronger, they begin to call themselves the Unified Babe Resistance.
Oh my god.
Or the UVR.
It sounds like bloody wrestling factions, doesn't it? DOS, UVR.
Soon the UVR are strong enough to resist the alien garrisons through limited acts of terrorism and reopen the Earth Defense Force base. Okay, that's a different video game. Or a horrible political faction. Where there's one thing that gives them hope, an old time machine. The babes plan to use this machine to contact the only Earth hero to successfully defeat an alien invasion. In fact, several. But getting word of the UBR's plan to venture back in time, the aliens create a strike force headed by an ape named Silverback. His mission, wipe out the UBR. The present, sitting at a table at the Bootylicious, enjoying a bit of R&R, a thick Cuban and a few babes of his own on each side. Duke Nukem is rudely interrupted. Ellipses.
Oh my word.
See ya. Evil simians. So I guess our regular aliens that we all knew and loved got replaced by a new set.
Like ape man.
Let's see if there's anything interesting in the nice little table of weapons that it has here, which is always fun. Stealth generator, mini Gatling gun, normal torpedo launcher, the shrinker, so it still has the shrink ray. That seems like the only crazy one. Oh, here we go. Here's the power-ups and gadgets. Numerous interesting items can be collected and stored in inventory. Very good. Some are one-use items, others may be used repeatedly as needed. Limited-use items display a countdown timer. Very good. Ego boosters. These restore ego. The ego boost and large ego boost work as soon as you pick them up. Duke's biography can be held onto and used from your inventory. So I guess instead of health, he had like ego, but it doesn't really. So what is it? One of them's a Duke action figure. That's the smallest one. Then it looks like a tub of muscle milk, and then I think his and then I think his biography is the best boost of your ego.
Oh god.
Oh, here's our enemies. There's only tiny pictures of them, so I can't really show them on stream. There's not many of them either. Thanks, PlayStation.
Thank you.
Oh, it says future invading scum. Some of them, anyway. You want surprises, right? Oh, hi, Crimson. We're just reading from the Duke Nukem Land of the Babes PlayStation manual. Just kind of getting a feel for what it was like back then to play games. Okay. Yeah, so future invading scum. Some of them, anyway. You want surprises, right? I don't know. I usually like to find out what's in the game from the manual. Gorilla Trooper. Orangutan Trooper. Baboon Trooper.
Oh, I can see where this is going.
Mutant apes led by Silverback. They are the standard shock troopers of the aliens. Vermin, human rat hybrids with all the worst traits of each.
Yep. Is that what it says?
Yep. Pig cop, the ubiquitous swine are back, bigger and meaner than ever. Sharks, mutated sharks with super speed and one mean bite.
Nice.
Ratlings, these annoying beasts like to eat and run. It just looks like a rat with spider legs.
Oh my god, that's horrible.
Feral pigs. Pig cops gone back to nature, bigger and meaner than their already nasty cousins.
Oh Jesus.
The Necrobrain, I remember these things. A flying, cybernetically enhanced octobrain with vicious claw and psychic attacks. That was kind of like the things in Doom. What were those What were those flying head things called in Doom?
The cacao demons or something.
Yeah, the poo poo pee pee demons.
Yeah, the poo poo pee pee.
Hoglodyte, get it? Primitive cave-dwelling pig cop descendants. They fear light.
Wow. Nice.
Sulfur bats, giant loogie hawking bats. Don't let 'em spit on Duke. And alien troopers. Little is known about these aliens, but they have lots of toys.
Yeah.
Oh, hang
Okay.
on, the credits are in here. Should
Oh,
we name
Jesus.
and shame somebody?
Oh, well, I think they might have enough shame, you know. Like,
Oh, here we go. So, under models, world building, character design, and storyboards, we have Rick Levins. It's your fault, Rick. You wrote this. Joe's in here saying, "Did I miss the bit where they addressed the nipples?" I believe they were tasseled in
Yes.
most of them, but there was none in the N64 whatsoever.
Oh, no, they wiped that clean.
But yeah, so like I must have had that game, but
Yeah, must have.
I played Time to Kill more because I think like that started off easier. And I remember that was like a time travel game where you went like, oh, an hour in, it's like, you know, now we're in a mining town in the cowboy, and like you got outfits. It was like one of those games like
Yeah.
like that Crash Bandicoot 2 where you like go back in time and stuff. It was very big apparently on the PlayStation.
Oh, yeah. A lot.
But yeah, I must have got this from a bargain bin, you know, like the kind of place you would get Hogs of War and Worms 3D.
Oh, yeah, 3D, man.
But yeah, like I don't remember much at all. I remember being disappointed it was all ape people as well.
Yeah. God damn it, you dirty ape.
It really is just a rip off of Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Land of the Babes. I get it. But yeah, like it's like, so this was apparently a spin-off team. It wasn't like the 3D Realms like OG guys.
Yeah.
Because they'd all been what do you call it, moved onto Duke Nukem Forever, which was the next thing.
The next big thing.
Oh, sorry. I think Imagine Wizard saying the Discord link has expired. It probably has because they stopped letting us have permalinks.
Yeah.
If anyone can paste our Discord link in the chat, I'll allow it. Or mods can probably do it. But yeah. So Duke Nukem Forever was a massive thing in the video games industry. Kind of one of our longest running jokes as a video game fandom, because to be honest with you, it would still get brought up today if there was another game stuck in like development hell. So what I'm gonna do right now is we're all gonna relive, I think, E3 2001 when they first showed the Duke Nukem Forever trailer for the game that never came out, but this trailer got everyone very excited. I don't think I saw it until a bit later after it had already been like in development hell. So I think this should show up for everyone if I just go on the old yeah. You should hear it too. Try not make it too loud. But anyway, here we go. E3 1998, sorry. This was when they announced it.
Tired of shooting crap. Looking for the real deal.
So that's where they started the... He was born to rock the world, apparently. But like back then though, these graphics.
Oh yeah.
And like, you know, moving vehicles and crap like that.
Yeah.
But apparently this was already after it had been in like hell, development hell for like years. And they were like, we gotta put something out.
Oh, my version's so much better.
Yeah, if anyone didn't hear, Adam did an awesome cover of this song for our intro. I like how they keep exploding the logo instead of doing like any kind of transitions.
No,
Yeah, like this looks really cool though.
Good.
Like for the time, this would have been sick.
It would have.
But yeah, I don't know who they hired to reprise. Was this the best CD audio you could get at the time?
Probably. Oh,
Yes.
invisible.
Oh, the back to the miners thing.
Old prospector.
That's what happened in Time to Kill.
Oh, biscuits and gravy.
I'm sure he was just like, damn, you're old.
Never get laid, old man.
Here's a new solo.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Adam needs to review the guitar work.
no, thank you.
Sloppy jalopy.
Mind, when this came out, this like trailer,
Yeah.
I had only just started playing guitar.
I've heard you say this was the inspiration for getting into guitar. What's that?
What?
Beetle.
Beetle.
They're still babes.
Yeah. Shooting down good stealth bombers and that, man. Look at him.
Turret sections are my favorite.
Ah.
In this case, so we're going with like ant people,
Yeah, but he only had 3 arms.
not
I
ratlings.
say only had 3 arms. Only had 3 arms as opposed to like the normal.
That looks like Pamela Anderson.
Yeah.
Oh, you get to fly jets, so they're going to put like hella vehicles and destruction in this game, like Red Faction.
Yeah. My word.
Plot twist, it's actually his mother.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Always bet on Duke.
Do not
Oh,
follow that
yeah.
advice.
I repeat.
Oh, but so yeah, at the time though, that looked friggin' incredible. To be honest, still to this day, that looks like it would be fun. Problem is that never came out. Never ever, in any form apparently.
Yeah.
So this is quite an interesting one. So they started working on this shortly after 3D hit big, because that was where they made most of the money. 3D Realms. Yeah. So what they did was they were like, this is going to be like, our next thing is going to be cutting edge. It's going to run on like the Quake 2 engine, which wasn't even out at the time. They were like trying to, you know, make deals and be like, we want the Quake 2 engine. And it kind of got out of hand pretty quick, because apparently like the guy who did a lot of the like the high level ideas on Duke Nukem 3D, he was great for that team, but he was basically a hyper perfectionist, and he would keep seeing things in new games and being like, oh, we need this, like we need, you know, the vehicles, oh, we need destruction, you know, like, and it was just more things getting added on, so like the developers couldn't keep up. And obviously he would just move on to another idea at some point. Yeah. So it is absolutely a victim of like perfectionism. Like, this has to be perfect, but game development moves so fast that you have to like cut it off at a certain point. Otherwise you're just going to keep going around forever.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But yeah, like so in that trailer, like, we heard the song as well, which started on 3D. I don't think there's like MIDI. I don't think that was the theme song for the old games. It could be though. But again, I never had a computer that could play any of that weird old side scroll stuff. But how do you feel about the theme song? Because it's excellent, but it doesn't really play in the game. It's like only for the title screen.
Yeah.
And it doesn't, its vibe isn't with the game, if that makes sense.
No, it's not. Yeah, you would have thought like there would have been a bit more sleazy music, like for him, because he's a slimy bastard. Like some sort of like, I don't know.
I can't imagine Duke's got a good taste in music. He doesn't seem like the guy.
Oh, Paul. He says we need a pork chimp theme song.
Again, it'll all come in time.
It will. It will. I'm already
We
thinking
we
of
have
ideas
already
now.
got a theme song for the Ramblecast.
Yeah, yeah. But Pork Chimp might need his own.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
we'll
it's
do
not
that.
out of our wheelhouse. Again,
No,
there is
true.
documented songs that we've written over time, exploring such things.
Flem the monkey.
Yeah, that's a classic. Send
Yeah.
that one straight to the bank. Always bet on the flip. But like, it's in because the music in like the first level of the game is all MIDI, and I think the intro on the N64 anyway, it seemed like it was a very compressed like audio file. Like it wasn't using the sound chip or anything. But it's odd, like it's as if someone just wrote it and were like, yeah, that's Duke, and then like drew the front cover where it kind of looks like the Doom front cover.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, that's Duke. And then they like made the rest of the game afterwards and were like, actually he's kind of a chuckle fuck who just says like dumb shit constantly. and and I wonder if that was a bit of a mismatch where they were like, we need a Doom song, and then it changed to something like not quite Doom.
Yeah.
It is canonical that the character Duke has heard that song though, because there's the part where you like take the alien's head off and he poops down its neck, you know, like literally with his newspaper and everything, and like he whistles the theme song for a little bit while he's doing his dookie pukum. So yeah, that's very much like the humor wheelhouse you're playing in here, like that whole like I'm gonna rip off your head and shit down your neck, but then he like actually does it in a cutscene because they've took the joke to the pinnacle and then tipped it right over the edge. But yeah, I'm guessing we probably heard about Duke Nukem Forever around the same time, like when it was like a massive joke and people like, you know, YouTube was around so you could watch that trailer. Because I mean, we probably saw about it in magazines and stuff, but I don't remember people giving this a lot of like, you know, magazine space. Probably because it was a fake game nobody had played.
Yeah, weird, man, isn't it? When you look back, it's like
it's almost a sad story though. Like it's one that like you see time and time again where people can't move on past the perfectionism because like they can't find a cutoff point to be like, okay, the project is finished, or we stick with this and finish it. But like, you know, when your boss is like, oh no, we need to add in like a vehicle like fight section like in the Matrix 2, and it's like, okay, I guess we gotta do that now.
That'll be my problem if I was a game developer.
Do you think?
Be like, oh yeah, it's great, like get it out, and they'll be like, no. But I do really well with me songs I put out. I know it's totally different.
Yeah,
like,
you have a cutoff, like, you know, you because otherwise you would sit and tweak the levels on things.
I think that's why I work so quickly now, so I don't give me time to do that. So like, I'll send you the track, and then that means I delete that out of my brain.
Yeah.
Until it's needed. So like, I'm not going, oh, I'm going to work on that. Sometimes I will send you a revised version, like where I'm like, oh, I've put this in now. But
yeah, or sometimes you like to do a like in a new tuning version.
Yeah.
Probably because you've like jammed the riff out and thought like, oh, it sounds better actually on this guitar.
Yeah, like the Nerdy Up North main podcast theme, for
yes,
example.
We got a redux, didn't we?
The original was in drop D, which is like baby tuning now.
Yeah.
And then drop B, I did the new version in. So it's like a whole like 5 steps lower or something.
Oh yeah, and you redid the drums and stuff, so it was like complete from scratch. It's not as if you just like loaded up the click track and played over the same stuff.
No, it was total redone new project, like not even the same project window.
Yeah, and it's like that stuff's cool though, because like I genuinely do like the second Nerdy Up North theme a lot better than the first one.
Same actually. I think that's I just got in me. I started playing it on that guitar one day, and I was like, sounds better lower. It's got a bit more snap to it.
Yeah.
So it's yeah, and I mean it does. It sounds great, and but yeah, it's if I was a game developer, I think I would suffer with the perfectionism
Because
thing. Yeah,
yeah,
because there's
it,
more
it it
time.
when there's a team of people as well, I can see how it just loops. You know, like because it'll be like, oh, I was told to finish this thing, and then someone's like, well, I was told to, put the stealth bomber section in. Like that's like,
Mhm.
and then I can imagine how nothing gets properly finished if everyone's just like putting new stuff like on constantly.
Mhm.
Oh, hang on. Joe's Joe's putting some choice quotes in the chat. Hang on. I made a big pan of bolognese that I could heat up when I got back home tonight. So I got microwave burned. Sorry, Joe.
The skin of a pig.
Wait, what was it? A hoglodyte? Is that what we're
Yeah, the
dealing
skin
with
of a
here?
hoglodyte.
Pig cop. It's fun to say.
Pig cop.
Pig cop.
Yeah, you got to do that pop on the end.
Yeah, there's the ASMR mouth sounds for everyone. You probably scared some people there. I don't. You know what? Like we're just talking about cooking and stuff. I don't think Duke Nukem would know how to cook. He doesn't seem like the
No,
kind of guy.
he just injects loads of
Steroids and
beef gelatin.
and atomic health,
Yeah,
otherwise
and,
known as beef gelatin.
and muscle milk,
Yeah, apparently.
which is just bulges in milk. Damn it! I spat my brew out.
Full on microwave pork chimped. And I'm all out of chimp. Oh, I love this button. Oh, there's two buttons.
Yes.
So I'm not going to sit there and just play the same bit. You know, you got to have the part where it changes note.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I guess the funny thing to end this forever story is it did actually friggin' come out.
Yeah,
But this
did
was
I?
built. This was like built from the ground up, like new hires. Did it come out in friggin' 2010 ish, give or take?
Let's have a look.
Adam's looking it up. But yeah, so basically what happened was they hired in like new people.
2011.
2011, they scrapped a lot of they scrapped everything you just saw. I don't think any of that is in the game.
Mhm.
They instead went for like a thing where Duke Nukem is like the king of the world. They kind of like ripped off like Death Clock, where it's like, you know, this horrible man is like held up in society and like has a massive like skyscraper that he lives in, and has obviously twin girlfriends that dress in like schoolgirl, like, you know, Britney Spears outfits, and it's like,
Obviously.
yeah, and they make the joke, you know, that you would make with twins and everything. So yeah, like it lost a lot of its, to me, it lost a lot of like its fire. Like it just became stupid teen jokes, the game. Kind of like the worst parts of like South Park, like with none of the commentary. Like that's kind of what happened to Duke. Because there's the infamous part where you can pick up literal poops out of the toilet and throw them around. And they have the voice line where he's like, what am I doing? It's like, what's going on here? Like, so
Well, just don't do it then, mate. Just
so
don't do it.
so he knows he's a video game character.
Yeah, it's
So it just got like completely vulgar.
mhm.
And like, you know, there was like, when you're in the alien parts later on, there's just like tits on the wall, and he like, you know, juice comes out and he slaps them. And when you go through like an alien, you know, like the movie Aliens, where it's all like gross and stuff, and there's all pulsating stuff, and he like tickles the sphincter doors so they expand and stuff. It's just like the stupidest thing that like a 14-year-old could come up with, but these were grown men at this point making the game.
Yeah.
This was friggin' creator of Borderlands Randy Pitchford who was helping get this thing across the line at the end
Yeah.
of it. But I suppose, like, oh yeah, alleged pervert magician Randy Pitchford. So I guess we shouldn't have been surprised.
No.
I hate that you have to say alleged on things that go out on the internet. But we all heard about the flash drive of porn he left in medieval times. That actually happened. And I don't mean in the past, I mean in the restaurant medieval times, like from the cable guy.
Yep.
So think of that next time you load up Borderlands and be like, this is hilarious.
No. No.
So, at the time, I
Mhm.
was excited for Duke Nukem Forever to come out.
Yeah.
I bought the Borderlands Game of the Year edition that had a code for the Duke Nukem Forever demo. And that was enough for me to play to be like, no.
I'll pass this time. Thank you.
And I don't even like Borderlands either, so I don't think I even cashed in on the... I don't like 1. I've heard 2's a lot better.
Yeah, I only played a little bit of 1. I didn't really like
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
But, so, like, this could have been fun if they'd actually, like, put some work into it.
yeah.
Because, like, I was trying to think in my head, like, what do you think you would do with Duke Nukem? Like, to reboot it? Because we've already sort of talked about it's a little bit like Deadpool.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, what would be, like, your sort of idea to go on if you had to, like, modernize it but not lose what makes it, like, Duke Nukem?
Put Brock Lesnar as the character model.
Yeah. Current criminal Brock Lesnar. He is very much Duke-like now that we think about it.
Yeah. And I don't know. I don't think there's anything, because the idea is that ridiculous in the first place
Yeah.
that anything you changed would make it not as fun anymore.
Okay. All right. I see what
For
you
me,
mean.
personally.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like, I know it's supposed to be daft, because I would end up making it into like a game that was serious.
Yeah. Yeah. True. Like, if you're left to your own devices.
Yeah. Because, like,
I think that's the problem with, like, Forever. They sort of, like, tried to walk this, like, bad line where they were like, we're serious about how stupid this is, therefore it's not fun. It's not fun anymore. Like, the
Yeah,
jokes
exactly.
fall flat because they're too, like, they think their jokes are amazing. Like, there's a part where you find, like, Halo armor and he's just like, power armors for pussies, and it's like, what's the joke there? That Duke hates Halo, like the other video game.
yeah.
Like,
Well, he's Lee saying there, Danny DeVito.
yeah.
So, like, oh, like, have like the worst version of Frank Reynolds playing Duke Nukem. Like,
See, this is what I was saying to Lee earlier in the Discord, because he dropped this as like a joke, but that's exactly my line of thinking when I was like, how could you reboot Duke Nukem? Take all of the lessons from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where those guys are horrible and say horrible shit. Guys and girls say horrible shit constantly. And the joke is, like, they're so horrible, yet they still sort of live a fulfilling life in their own kind of, like, twisted way.
Yeah.
Like, we know from the outside that everyone, the whole Charlie McDennis group, are, like, horrible and have, like, shit lives. But they think they've carved out this piece of, like, I'm living right sort of thing half the time. So I think you've got to go, like, that way with Duke, where he's, like, awful and everyone's reacting to him like he is awful. And he sort of just doesn't get it.
But he's like, you're wrong. Like,
yeah. But yeah, like Frank Reynolds, where, like, he knows, like, what he's saying is like wrong and inflammatory, but he's past the point of caring, like, what people think.
you just imagine though if like Danny DeVito was Duke Nukem in like a reboot, get like somebody's gonna get stabbed.
Yeah, and like like the in universe that would be exactly it though, wouldn't it? It would be like it'd be like stupid things, and then like,
Yeah.
that's, you're damn right, I've got my own cola company, like Duke
Wolf
Cola.
Cola.
Yeah.
Like, imagine though, like you open the toilet door and someone like, it would, you want an egg in this trying time?
And that's yeah, and it would be the same thing. Like, you're damn right, the company's called Duke's Fluids. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but you've just got to like, you've got to do it that way. Like, you have to bring in the satire. You have to be like, you have to make fun of Duke Nukem. You have to, he has to be one of those like stupid gun nut guys where he's just
Yeah.
like, 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 I have to buy dude wipes because I'm too scared to use baby wipes. Like,
Yeah.
he's that kind of guy, like the kind of guy who
Yeah.
would buy like a tactical belt and be like, oh, I have my tactical vest to go to the Walmart. I'm open carrying in case of attack by the woke mob. Like, he's that kind of guy.
Yeah.
So you got to play him like, yes, he can. Yeah. The woke mind virus has invaded everything. Everyone's like, shut up, Duke. Shut up. Like, we're sick of your shit.
Yeah.
You can't say anything from my old game, Duke Nukem 3D, because of woke.
Woke Nukem.
Oh. This is the new bad guy for the video game. I'm woke Nukem, and I'm coming to get you. Like, yeah, it would be like, it's my worst nightmare.
Get
Anyone,
a skinny pansy version of me.
Yeah. Yeah, like Duke's worst nightmare is like someone hitting on him in a gay bar. Like, he's that kind of
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
You've got to just play into it. Like, he's just not cool anymore, and you can't make that kind of guy cool anymore. There's already too many people who somehow grew up thinking that's like, this is like the like epitome of like male
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
power
That's-
fantasy. Like,
that's the alpha male.
yeah, like, who's that like shit guy, like Andrew Tate? He
Yeah.
basically thinks he's Duke Nukem with his like cigars and like how he like practices some kind of shitty martial arts. And
Yeah.
like, yes, you're ripped and have money, but you're also in a prison, but like, you're not cool. Like Duke would 100% be on Twitter being like, you're damn right, President Trump. Like all that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be fun. But I feel like while Duke Nukem's sitting in the Gearbox like ecosystem, like, it's just not gonna happen.
No, it's not. No.
Like Adam said, the most recent like release, there was like a side scroller called like Duke Nukem the Manhattan Project, which apparently was okay, but it's not really like what anyone cares about. But like, yeah, the most recent release was like a 2016 repackage of Duke Nukem 3D,
Yeah.
which is kind of what most people want at this point. Like, we've seen what happens with Forever.
Yeah. They just want to relive what it was.
Yeah. And you know what's going really good at the moment? Like indie versions of this era of shooter where like people are using almost like PlayStation level graphics, or what you would remember as PlayStation, but they're actually a lot sharper. It's like, that's the kind of people you should be giving like Duke Nukem to, is someone who like loves the source material, like remembers what made it good, but is smart enough to like bring things into a modern sense. And yeah, I mean, the Duke Nukem guy is still around. You can still hire him to do voice work, because I think he was, what was that game he was in? Bulletstorm. They did a version of Bulletstorm where you could swap the character for Duke Nukem, and none of the story characters really acknowledged it and stuff. It was weird.
Yeah.
But it was like, that guy will still come and do the work. You'll still cash the paycheck. You can have the exact voice that you remember, You don't have
Yeah.
to just have like guys like us doing like stupid impressions of it.
Yeah.
But it's fun. Anyone can do it. But yeah, so that's kind of where we're stuck with Duke at the moment. There's not much
Yeah.
more to say about him. He's a
No,
dead.
true.
He's a dead video game character at this point.
He's a bastard, man.
He is in real. If he was real, he would be a
Mhm.
bastard man. Is yeah. He would have stormed the Capitol.
I
For
was
sure.
thinking that, and then you said it.
Yeah. Where was Duke Nukem on January 6th?
He was leading the charge at the Capitol building.
Right there behind Chris Jericho's wife. So I asked our lovely, lovely fans of the Discord to drop their letters, thoughts, sort of general feelings on Duke. Or I also said about, like, 90s era shooters, because it was a vibe, like it was its own genre, and it kind of died off when, like, the Medal of Honors and stuff hit in the PlayStation era.
Yeah.
This kind of silly shooting game was gone because everyone was like, oh, we're doing the realistic horrors of war now. Time to shoot Hitler for real this time, not Mecha Hitler like in Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
So we got a couple of questions here. Some from Paul.
Yeah.
So we've already sort of answered this, but he's saying, would Pork Chimp be a bad guy in a future Duke Nukem game? So he was in Land of the Babes, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Adam sees him as more of an ally.
Yeah. You throw pocket meat at him, so he
Yeah.
stays on your side. Yeah. So
Okay.
he could become.
It's like a
bad guy.
meter. You've got to, like, watch the meter. It doesn't drop
And
below a
it's spelled
certain
like meat, meter.
shit writes itself.
It does, man, it does.
Print it.
But yeah, so he's an ally, but if you don't give him the pocket meat, he would then become a bad guy.
There wasn't enough meat.
He says that as well. It's
Yeah,
his
he does.
catchphrase. Paul's also asking, was Duke Nukem a better game than Doom in your eyes?
No.
I think I like Duke better than Doom, but it's only because of nostalgia, and I only played Duke Nukem 3D.
Yeah.
And I didn't play any real Doom until the remake, like the new Doom,
Hey.
all caps.
OG Doom guy, me.
Okay,
OG.
that's awesome.
So,
I would have
prefer-
liked it because I liked there was this game called Exhumed for the PlayStation, which was kind of like a shooter, but it was like in Egyptian vibes, where you shot like magic and stuff. But I used to like that, so I would have definitely been down for some Doomin'. But I just never had a good PC. My PC was a word processor.
Yeah, basically,
Okay, so what else we got? We got some nice chimp stripping artwork from little Chris there.
Pork Chimp approves.
Oh, who would win in a fight, Duke Nukem or Serious Sam? They're both buff guys who, I don't know, one wears a tank top, one wears a white tee. I'm not really a Serious Sam guy, but I feel like he fights, like, numbers wise, he fights more aliens and demons and survives. So he might have the edge over the Duke.
Maybe.
It's got more health. Okay, so little orphan Chris has wrote in again. Our favorite letter writer. Dear Adam and Jake, I hope this letter finds you well. I used to love the era of 90s shooters. There wasn't much story, but it made up for it with cool gimmicks, toxic masculinity, and general badassery. It's like the video game industry finally caught up, so you can play as the generic muscle-bound 80s action movie hero. Yours faithfully, Chris. P.S. Give my love to Zeus and Pork Chimp. Oh, thank you, Chris.
So,
Little
Pork
Chris.
Yeah, Pork Chimp's one of our pets now.
He's on our side for now.
I may have got him locked up in the shed. Wait a minute. Is there doors open?
Oh!
He's
Look
out
out!
in the wild.
Look out, Sunderland! We have reports. The second monkey on the loose in this month or whatever.
Oh,
There was
did you
the
hear about the,
Scottish.
did you hear about the raccoons on the loose that were like around like
Yes.
the Pennywell area? And
Was that your fault as well?
no comment.
Smart.
But
Yeah, I
apparently
did.
hot dogs lured them back in.
Yeah, they did consult me about that.
Yeah.
I gave them some pointers. It sounds like they had it all under control. But no, Chris is right though. It was like playing like a commando like video game because you had like the stupid one-liners and like
Yeah.
like you were invincible if you had the cheats on. I was invincible.
Yeah.
Then some people are saying like, oh, Medal of Honor. Crimson saying Medal of Honor was the favorite. And they also like Turok, which was another
Oh, yeah.
in this vein, I would say, where it was like, we got crazy weapons, we got dinosaur men, blood everywhere. Okay, so Lee has got a 3-part question, but we have already answered is Danny DeVito casting, but he's saying, would Duke Nukem work on the big screen, and who would you cast? So Adam's already cast Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
But yeah, like what I said, it would have to work where it's like satire. It'd be like Last Action Hero, where Duke's the only character that is weird, and everyone else is like, "What the hell are you talking about, dude?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "I'm gonna fight the entire army by myself."
Yeah.
That kind of shit. So I guess it would have to have like Deadpool vibes, because that's probably the closest thing we've got.
Well, for the Brock Lesnar casting, I'm gonna cast like 2002, 2003 Brock Lesnar
Okay.
when Paul Heyman didn't talk for him.
No high pitched Duke Nukem.
Yeah, and he's getting this feeling that you're feeling. It's a real feeling, John. That Brock Lesnar.
Wow, John. Kane, I'll get Glenn Kane to play Duke Nukem. No, I think like if I had to like cast him now, like in this day and age, like it's probably got to be John Cena, because you could even get his hair back to that like crew cut style if he's got enough hair left. If not, a higher
I'm gonna run through this goddamn wall.
How do you know the name of that automobile? Either that or Batista, though. But I think Batista is too nuanced for the character. Like, he would take it too seriously, and I don't think he would accept the script because he'd be like, no, this doesn't have enough meat on the bones for my acting career.
Yeah.
But he's got the size. Like, Batista like looks about the size of Duke.
Yeah.
So yeah, Hogo TV said Ron Perlman, like youngish Ron Perlman would have been a good Duke. Yeah, he's got the head shape down.
Yeah.
And like
he's got that monkey skull.
allegedly. And
No, he's got a skull of a monkey.
Allegedly. Hellboy is kind of Duke
Whoa.
Nukem-ish.
Yeah, true.
When you think about it. But like again, the Hellboy joke is done well instead of the Duke Nukem Forever style. Okay, and then we started talking about Medal of Honor, and I was laughing how that series went out.
Yeah.
We got
lives.
we got some updates in the chat. Hope he's saying Zac Efron hot off the movie. What was it called? Iron Claw.
Iron Claw.
Yeah, he's built now.
Yeah, he's a bit too short, I'd say. How tall is Duke Nukem anyway?
He doesn't look massive, does he?
No, I feel like he'd have to be tall.
His stats must be somewhere, because that's the kind of like manly thing. It'd be like 6'3", which is bigger than average. And Crimson Sin turn back time and ask Sean Connery to play Duke.
Oh, man, imagine.
When you say "or Vader," do you mean Darth Vader, or you want Big Van Vader to play Duke Nukem?
time. Oh, it says here, Duke Nukem is billed at 6'4",
that was almost
or
there.
6'5" with his hair.
I knew it. He has to be as big as build like Triple H and The Rock.
No, but it says he's 6'4" and able to bench press at least 600 pounds.
I bench
That's the
press
exact-
600-pound turds.
That's the exact weight that I put Pork Chimp as on WWE 2K23, 600 pounds.
He's got the strength of 2 gorillas. Okay, Crimson was talking about Darth Vader, not Big Van Vader. Which is a shame. More people should talk about Vader. He was cool. But he kind of looked like a Duke Nukem or a Doom bad guy. He kind of looks like those invisible pinky demons. Which is cool and intimidating for a wrestler. But yeah, that's all the questions we had. One thing I did want to quickly show some folks is, what does the future hold for Duke? The thing I'm excited about in the future is that there is a very talented man who's a northerner like us making an incredible Duke Nukem mod that satires everything he could find, like ripped out of the headlines. You know, like current UK news stories. It has like, you know, UK shops that you can go in and fight around. I'm going to bring up some YouTube videos. I believe the first video I've got here is the demolition of the Captain Tom's Family Spa, starring Duke Nukem. I think he's calling the mod Duke Smoochum, and that's going to be hopefully available soon. And I would love to play that on stream.
Yes, yeah. I imagine.
Let's just check some of this out.
Going on around here. Let's see what these guys are up to.
But he's going and accurately like modeling this stuff,
Yeah.
so it actually looks like the real buildings.
Oh my god.
Most interesting.
And like, yeah, as you can see, you know, Duke's gonna be the one. You're gonna have to demolish it yourself.
This is great.
I think I'll climb aboard.
And like, he's making a lot of these assets himself as well.
Oh.
He's on like the this is his YouTube channel, Dan Douglas. Absolutely incredible guy on Twitter.
Yeah.
He's even modeled the reflection.
Wow.
And yeah, like he's making his own assets and stuff. It's not just like in-game stuff.
Yeah. My god.
What else we got here? The Queen is dead.
This is amazing.
Normal programs to bring you unimportant announcements.
Gary Lineker fucks crisps on the wall.
That's probably real graffiti.
Queen Elizabeth II.
Oh man. That's
And remember the emergency alert, everyone.
Yeah.
Then we've got disrupting the World Snooker Championships. Throwing soup
Wow.
at the Van Gogh Museum.
Oh man. Oh, this is amazing.
But yeah, so if Nigel Farage gets milkshake, this was in our in our region.
Yep.
Yeah, this was a local legend who threw the milkshake.
Hmm.
Local Newcastle legend. I still think of it whenever I walk past the place where it happened, just outside the green.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't wait to play this, basically. This
Oh, that
looks
looks
absolutely
amazing.
hilarious. And like I say, this is the kind of thing we want from Duke. We want satire.
Yeah.
And then it usually ends with like the aliens show up whenever you do the thing.
Yeah. That's great. That.
But yeah, I honestly really can't wait to play that. And you know, like I don't know, when it comes out, we might try and get him on a show or something. Because like I say,
Oh, wow, yeah, that'd be cool.
northerner gamer clearly,
Hmm.
and like I say, has put an untold amount of work into this very silly idea. But yeah, go follow him on Twitter and see, because you can see the daily updates and the weird things that he's trying to put in, stuff like that. It's amazing. Yeah, Greg's everything. But yeah, I think we've that's Duke. I think we've done the Duke justice. We didn't
Yeah,
slam
yeah.
everything. We we talked about what we enjoyed, but yeah, have you got any final thoughts on Duke Nukem?
I mean, it's obviously one of those games where people are still nostalgic over it because of what it represented back then. But as you say now, it's a bit. I mean, it would be fun to go back, like maybe on like an emulator or something, and play like Duke Nukem 3D or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
But I think that's as far as it would go, unless they brought out something really cool, which I doubt they will. I think the best we're gonna get is what that guy's making.
Yeah, and hopefully Gearbox doesn't try and shut down Duke Smoochum 3D. We
oh,
need it. The
need it.
nation needs it to heal. But yeah, we've been Gaming Up North. This is the Gaming Up North podcast, episode 10, Duke Nukem. If we haven't said it enough a million times already. But I've been Jake. I'm part of the Nerdy Up North collective streaming channel, YouTube. You'll see me and Adam on many other videos dotted around, whether it's playing games or talking podcasts like this thing, or doing monthly news roundups, which we'll be doing in a couple of weeks' time. And I think next week we're going to try and see if we can get Adam playing some Alan Wake for us from his streaming PC, and see if we can expand the streaming family once again. But yeah, like thanks for everyone who's watched, listened, hung around with us, chatted, talked to us in the Discord, anything. It's amazing. But yeah, Adam, where can everyone find you and what you do?
Well, they can find us on here every Monday night, obviously, lurking about like a bad smell.
Yeah, come over here.
Come over here, you chimpy bastard. Find us on Instagram at Adam Ashbridge Music, on TikTok at Adam Ashbridge Music, and my own Facebook page, which is Adam Ashbridge Music, which I keep saying I've neglected, which I have, because I feel like I get more views and stuff on Instagram and TikTok. So if you want to check us out there, that's probably the best place.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's much easier to get content viewed there. So.
Yeah, definitely. And it's less about like typing anything. It's more just about the video itself, which is nice. We usually try and get some clips up there, but you know, real life work gets in the way of trawling for clips and things like that. But yeah, search for Nerdy Up North in any kind of social media video player, podcast provider, will show up, even Spotify. My Twitter's at Brutal Drummer if you want to follow me. I don't tweet about drums. I mostly retweet dumb stuff and political stuff, so enjoy the ride if you do follow. But yeah, that's been another episode of the Gaming Up North podcast. That's everything from me.
And everything from me.
I still haven't figured out how to end this show.
No.
But we love you all as always, and we'll see you all on the next one. Goodbye, everyone.
Stay chimpy, stay chimpy, stay chimpy.
What's that, chimp? You gonna eat my face? Damn.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.